And all over the floor, you can see each player preparing for the game ahead, pushing out distractions and getting into the zone. Hello and welcome to Sunday Night NBA action here on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And out on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. And here's Memphis's starting group. We've got Santi Aldama, also Jalen Wells out there, Zach Edey out there with Ja Morant, and it's Spencer in at the 2. And for Toronto, the perimeter filled up by Barrett and Ingram. Barnes is the 4 with Pirtle in the middle. And it's Quickly in at the point guard position. And not too often we see a matchup like this one. Both of these teams are elite when it comes to cleaning the glass, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., and that's...
The Raptors making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Morant against Johnson. And then Morant with the dunk!
Yeah, really nice finish there with contact. Morant with great body control.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I briefly spoke with Darko Rajakovic. We got to talking about what do you do defensively against Ja Morant. And Coach said staying on top of him isn't easy, so our focus is on shutting down the lanes and not giving him the openings to attack. We want to make Morant force the issue. Putting Morant in tight spots is the name of the game here. Back to you.
And Allie, thanks. Toronto making a switch here.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter. Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish.
Morant with it, and Johnson picks him up defensively. Outside Wells. 5 on the clock. Here's Spencer. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. There's the screen. Here's Johnson. And he goes big! The dunk right over Ja Morant.
B.A., forget about attempting the long-range 3 to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
Man, that was sweet. What a sensational move captured from the connected cam. Sponsored by AT&T.
Yeah, Morant just continuing to assert himself offensively.
Stan, he's one of the most exciting players in the league right now. What makes Ja Morant so special?
Well, look, B.A., his explosiveness. Sometimes he makes you nervous with how much he throws his body around. But what I love about Ja is that it shows he has no off switch. He plays with intensity.
He gets it. He's 7 for 8 and really going at him out there.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Pass to Pirtle. Back to Johnson. To the paint. Edey with a steal. To the inside. To the wing on the left. Back to Wells. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. Here's Aldama. Pass to Edey. He gets it in there. Edey's got 6 points.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
And the basket is good. And that's now 6 points for Jay.
Overall, this quarter, he's getting good looks, and he's taking advantage.
Aldama outside. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The deep 3. Rebounded by Johnson.
He struggles shooting the rock, yet they're still winning. It's a good thing his teammates have played well.
Pass to Ingram. On target from range. And now just a 5-point Grizzly lead.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Grizzlies. Absolutely carrying the offense. He ends the quarter with 14. Back after this. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
Here's Johnson on the court for the Grizzlies. Jackson out there with Brandon Clark. Then it's Ty Jerome, and it's Coward in at the 3 slot.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. Jerome passes to Jackson. Back to Jerome. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Williams a screen on Jerome. And there's the lob, and Williams punches it home.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish, bringing it down with some attitude. Jerome on the wing. 10 points in his last outing, and stolen by Williams. Johnson against Clark, and Williams punches it home.
Well, that's a smart pass in close quarter.
You talk about a high-variance team. The Grizzlies keep you guessing, Coach.
Yeah, they do. They're young, brash, a ton of talent, and at times they've seemed poised to take over the West, but it hasn't happened yet.
Scotty Barnes checked in for Toronto. All right, a moment now to bring up last season's top rebounding teams. Second, the Grizzlies.
And they, of course, have a style of play that is all about physicality. I mean, they love to embrace the contact out on the court, but the possession game for them is always pivotal.
Outside, Caldwell Pope, pass to Johnson. Clock at 6. Barnes with a screen on Jerome. Johnson with a bucket. Johnson's got 8 points.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Johnson with it, and it's Aldama.
Oh, wow!
Look out!
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Here's Morant. And there are the Grizzlies with another bucket.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. Well, this September, Grizzlies legend Marc Gasol was enshrined in the Basketball Hall of Fame. A 3-time All-Star and Defensive Player of the Year, Marc was acquired in a trade for his brother, Pau Gasol, who was likewise an All-Star with the Grizzlies. Marc, a fixture on and off the court in Memphis. Back to you, B.A.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Ingram's checked in for Toronto. Quickly comes in for Caldwell Pope. The Grizzlies also with a sub. Edie's checked in. And it's Aldama off the drive.
Rumbling down the lane, probably wise to stay out of Aldama's way.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. To the middle. And it's Ingram with the basket on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got assist number 5 here tonight. Outside Wells. Back to Morant. Over quickly. Aldama, the pass to Wells. Here's Jerome. This is the 3.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Johnson with it, guarded by Morant. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, guys, this summer saw the first ever 17 trade in the NBA. You might wonder why it makes sense to involve so many parties. Well, basically, teams have more flexibility, salary-wise, in these multi-team deals. It is enough to make your head spin, guys. But this is where things are headed.
Big moves. Okay, Shams, thanks for the update.
Well, yeah, there's that explosiveness we talk about with Morant. He gets off the floor with such ease.
Johnson with a bucket.
You played well in the first quarter, but now he's taking it to the next level.
Up top, Morant, covered by Johnson. In the paint, Morant puts it in.
Well, Morant has all the moves to find a way to score in there.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Williams is checked in for Barrett. The Raptors shooting it well at 59%. From deep, Johnson sinks the tray. Johnson's got 22.
I'll tell you what, they are on fire this quarter, taking total command of this game.
Here's Morant. He's got 22. Step back and fire. Not going to go that time.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Here's Johnson.
Oh, showing some power. And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly...
Oh! Big finish!
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Edie with a screen on Johnson. From deep, Morant. Rebound, Toronto. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Cavaliers.
And we all know that on the road, you don't usually look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Well, it comes down to preparation. They were ready for that game and kept the crowd out of it for the most part.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And he goes in for the dunk.
Come on, man. Showing unbelievable agility. In the air.
When he's working with the lead, now he's got a chance to put the style on. And so it's the Toronto Raptors closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
Taking a look here at the Grizzlies, they didn't get the email I sent. Season has started, fellas. They look surprised they're getting whoopings. High hopes does not win games. They gotta wake up, get it together. Good news, still time.
All right, looking back now at that first half, we just saw some obstacles to overcome for the Grizzlies.
They've done some good things. I mean, they've also let those other guys get comfortable at the offensive end.
Yeah, Lazy D, they'll need to play with much higher energy in the second half.
Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Raptors lead by 7. Quickly at point with... Edie finds Morant. High arcing shot, and he takes it up and lays it in. Morant's got 6 here in the quarter.
Yeah, despite them being behind, he's been impressive, but he can't do it all by himself.
Quickly outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Johnson. And again, Toronto, no good. Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Spencer. Still no points. Edey, that's good.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Toronto's gone, only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Goes up at the strike. Yes, on the jumper. 32 points for Jay.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Just an electrifying style on the court for John Morant. And Grant, he's not shy when it comes to confrontation.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not ducking any smoke. But part of his maturation is choosing his battles, including trying to preserve his body from those fearless...
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, my.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And here's a look at the top shooters last season. No wasted chances among this group. 5th is Jakob Poeltl.
So consistent from the floor. He shot it at a great clip last season.
One of the most explosive players to have ever entered this league. Morant shows out every night.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Clark's checked in.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
It's stolen. Johnson finds Ingram. And the Raptors getting another bucket right there. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
They also excelled defensively tonight, particularly...
Wow!
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. 18 feet out, and another basket for Toronto.
They're going old school out there now, working the mid-range part of the floor.
Morant. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Oh, wait. Big finish. Big time. And, man, did they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Pass to Spencer. Wells with it, and it's Ingram picking him up. And Clark gets it to go on the assist by Morant. Clark's gotten his second bucket.
Well, Morant knows his teammates rely on him to find them. Terrific pass right there.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Poeltl with the bucket.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit. Well, offensively, he's doing his best to keep them in this game, but they might need someone else to step up as well.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking the basket.
And so it's Toronto, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Ja Morant is out there with Ty Jerome. Then it's Jackson. Then it's Brandon Clark. And it's Coward in at the 3 spot.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
And it's Morant missing. Toronto leading by 7. Johnson inside. He's covered by Jerome. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
There's so much athleticism. Barnes explodes off the floor for the big jam.
Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. Jackson outside. Pass to Morant. They set the screen. Down low. Here's Jerome. And no good. Some solid defense from Williams. Out of bounds as Toronto keeps possession.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Edey's checked in for Memphis. Jackson outside. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the three of his own.
Here's Johnson. Oh, hammer it home.
Nice.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Edey with a screen on Johnson. Jerome, no good.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
And Edey with a block.
Well, with that reach, Edey makes guarding the restricted area look effortless.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Johnson. Some changes for Toronto. Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for Williams. Ingram comes in for Caldwell Pope. And it's R.J. Barrett in for Quickly. Here's Morant. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two.
Well, we're seeing a different version of him in this half, taking a more direct approach. He didn't have a single free throw in the first half.
And Morant remains one of the most explosive guards in the league. A fearless competitor who doesn't back down from anyone and has unlimited confidence.
Outside Wells for three. Rebound Toronto. Johnson's got rebound number 7 tonight. Fires from deep. And again, Toronto, no good. Outside Morant. Shoots over Johnson. It's wide right, hits off the rim. And Barnes has got the ball here for Toronto. Milwaukee will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the second and last game of a quick homestand.
Now, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
And again, it's Memphis missing. Toronto leading by 12. Picked by Poeltl. Here's Johnson. And he goes big! The dunk right over John Morant.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. It's stolen by Johnson. On the tape. Oh, he jammed it.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
So Toronto ends up going with a new group. We've got 1:13 left in the final quarter. And you look around the league, 30 different organizations, each with their own cultures. What did you look for as a player, Graham?
Well, you know, B.A., winning always comes first. But after that, you're looking at resources and how they care for their players. That's where teams are trying to separate themselves these days. And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Raptors.
And of course, they really dominated in the paint tonight.
They obviously came in looking to impose their will, attack the heart and soul of that defense, and it led to a lot of good looks.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Jay.
He ran things with precision, great command of the offense, putting his teammates in all the right spots, leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
So it's the Raptors winning this one easily. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. They were just dominant out there.
And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And now our player of the game.